Welcome to another edition of the CS Podcast, where you can hear interviews with special guests such as
Dale Buchanan, Tom Waddle, Pierre Desir, Brent Berry, Ed Werder,
and many others.
Too big, too strong, too fast, too good.
So be sure to subscribe and tune in to the CS Podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/ChristianRE722.
Did you not get the memo?
That's www.youtube.com/ChristianRE722 for great interviews. Be sure to check out the CS Podcast.
You are ridiculous.
Welcome back to the CS Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Shanafel, and I'm now joined by Stony Brook wide receiver and 2015 NFL Draft prospect, Adrian Coxson. I appreciate you taking some time tonight, Adrian. How's it going?
It's good. No problem. Anytime.
Well, let's get right into it, Adrian. We'll be talking about your college football career, and I've got to say you've ridden one hell of a road to get to where you're at right now. You're from Baltimore, and coming out of high school, you're a four-star wide receiver, and you committed to Penn State. Signing day comes around, and you decide to go and play with the Florida Gators under Urban Meyer at that time. You practiced with the Gators for your first summer, and unfortunately, some things were going on at home, so you decided to go back home and attend the University of Maryland. We all know that family comes first, and I'm sure there wasn't a doubt in your mind that you were going to go back home. But was it tough at all to tell Urban Meyer that you decided to leave?
Yeah, it was very, very tough. Anytime you have to leave something for a little while that you really like doing. My dad ended up going blind that summer, so I ended up having to sacrifice my own career and sacrifice what I want for somebody else.
Mm-hmm. You've seen limited playing time as a redshirt freshman during your only year at Maryland. Coach Friedgen, a.k.a. The Fridge, who I believe you had a pretty good relationship with, was replaced, and that was when you decided to transfer to Stony Brook. What was it about Stony Brook that won you over?
Most importantly, the coaching staff was very genuine. They were very interested in making me become a better person, not just a better player. And the academics here is really good, so I decided to just take a leap of faith and trust Stony Brook and come here and just see what I can do.
Well, what would you say is the biggest difference between just the lifestyle in Maryland compared to the lifestyle in New York?
Everything is fast-paced out here in New York, and which I'm not really used to. Well, I'm kind of used to it now, but the people here are different than the people I'm around. They talk different, they approach different situations different. So I just had to adjust and adapt to my surroundings.
Your first year with the Seawolves in 2012, you played in all 13 games, and actually last season you played in all 10 games, started 8 of them, and put up 31 catches for over 540 yards and 3 touchdowns. With that being said, what were your expectations for just this past season, knowing that it'll be your final year to prove to anybody that you can indeed play at the next level? Did you have any personal expectations?
I just wanted to make as many plays as possible. This offense is a run-based offense. So whenever I got the opportunity, I just wanted to show the scouts, show everybody that's watching the games that I am a big play receiver, and I still have it, and I still with the University of Florida for a reason. And just most of all, have fun.
Well, you did make a lot of plays this season, Adrian, and there were a lot of ups and downs this season. The Stony Brook Seawolves finished 5-7. You guys lost a handful of games by 3, 6, 7 points. I mean, a lot of them were one-possession games, so we could have easily been talking about a totally different outcome. Unfortunately, we aren't. But you did have a pretty solid year to end your college football career. You played in all 12 games, started 11 of them. You had a career best 43 catches, 664 yards, and 6 touchdowns. You had 3 100-yard games, so you definitely made an impact on this team. How would you describe this past season of yours?
I would describe more so as finishing strong. That was my goal, was to come into this year and finish strong. And, just not to give up on myself and just show that I still can, do what I've been doing for the past 4 years in high school.
Now, Adrian...
Adrian, the ultimate goal is always to win a championship, but sometimes it doesn't happen. You got to chalk up your losses.
Right. And you know what? I would say that, entering this season, I got to think you guys had some pretty big expectations as a team. You guys were able to bring in quarterback John Kinder, who transferred over from Syracuse, and, many, including myself, expected him to have much more success throwing the ball than he actually did. He started the first 4 games. I know he got to play a little bit towards the end of the season as well. Now, whether it was Kinder, Bednarski, or Hernandez, do you feel that the quarterback play slowed you down at all this season?
At times, that our pass game wasn't that effective, and we struggled a little bit in the pass game, so we turned to the run game a little bit more. But in John Kinder's situation, that was his first time playing quarterback in 4 years, so we kind of expected him to have a rough start, but we thought it would get a little bit better as he continued to play. Unfortunately, it didn't, so we had to turn to the second stream. He still struggled a little bit with his offense. So, we had higher expectations, but it happens.
Chris Shanfeld talking with Stony Brook Seawolves wide receiver and 2015 NFL draft prospect Adrian Coxson. And Adrian, is there a certain play or even, a game that sticks out to you more than others? What would you say is the most memorable play and or game of your college football career?
Well, my college career, I would probably say the one touchdown that I had at Maryland against Boston College in my career. That was, emotionally for me, and it was memorable because I got to play my first game. That was my first game that I have ever played at Maryland. That was the first game that I have scored in. So, it was, exciting for me, I'll never forget it.
And Adrian, you have pretty nice size for a wide receiver. We mentioned earlier that you did make a lot of big plays during your time, not only at Stony Brook, but like you said, at during the little time you spent at Maryland. What would you say is your biggest strength as a wide receiver?
Probably being able to catch the deep balls and beat corners deep.
If I were to give you a whiteboard and tell you to draw up your favorite play, what type of route are you running? Is it a streak?
It's more so of a deep post.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So the quarterback can throw it over the top and I'll run it down.
All right, sounds good. Just a couple more questions, then I'll let you go, Adrian. I really do appreciate your time. Here's a fun one that I like to ask most prospects, and that is, if you would compare yourself to a wide receiver currently playing in the NFL, who do you think that would be and why?
I haven't really thought about that. Compare myself to an NFL wide receiver? That's hard. That's a hard one because I kind of don't like really compare myself. Mm-hmm. So that's not, I'll have to tell you that in the next interview.
All right. I'll be sure to ask you that down the line, or maybe you'll just give me an Adrian Coxson as your favorite comparison. I mean, that's fine. Now, let's see. Now, I mentioned a few times throughout the interview that you are a 2015 NFL draft prospect. Any chance that you've heard from any NFL team scouts yet? And if so, what are they saying about you?
Basically, they just want to see me test well. My film, displays a lot of good things that I can do. And they just want to see me test well on pro day. And then hopefully I get into an all-star game. And they want to see how well I do against those that 1A players at the all-star games.
Absolutely. Chris Shanfeld talking with Adrian Coxson, 2015 NFL draft prospect. And Adrian, now that the football season is over for you guys at Stony Brook, what are you going to be doing during the offseason to get ready for the draft?
I'm just going to train, change up my diet, eat a little bit healthy, or eat healthier, and try to get in the top shape, mainly get in better shape that I have never been in.
Has it sunk in yet that, this time next year there's a chance that you could be playing in the National Football League?
It hasn't hit me yet, but it's a very exciting process, and it's a dream that I always wanted to achieve. So now that I really have the chance to achieve my goal, I'm really excited about that. Right
on. Well, Adrian, I really do appreciate your time. It was great talking to you about this journey of yours. Is there anything else you got for us before I let you go?
That's it, man. I really appreciate you taking the time out.
All right, thanks, Adrian. Well, once again, wishing you nothing but the best, man. Take care.